Good morning and welcome. Today we're just doing a little surprise live show, right? I like to keep my standard practice in place, and a standard practice or my routine, if you will, for Monday is streaming with you guys. So I'm just going to stream with you guys. I will have some time up until about somewhere between the next hour and a half, 2 hours from now. I will have to hop off, but I thought, what else am I going to do on an off day? You know, what else am I going to do on an off day? I already got other stuff done. It's like, come on. But the good part is we can look at some actual stuff happening here. We have some stuff happening with Bitcoin. If you guys would like to, we can look into some little meme coins. I actually noticed some weird things from some little meme coins that I wanted to look at today. So we can look through those. If you have any that you're looking at, I'm more than happy to look at it for you today. I think that would be a lot of fun. We do notice that I did put the correct daily and weekly expected moves up for the SPX 500. And we'll be paying attention to that going forward. Sol, I think something that people are sleeping on is I think Sol and the coins within Sol are going to see an inflow, but we'll see what happens with it. I'll go look at that in a moment. Want some people to trickle in, then we can look at some stuff. It's just hard because I have to go find I have to go find not only a chart, I have to find a chart for those little memers and those little coins and stuff like that. I have to go find that, and then I have to be like, okay, now does this even have the ability to be able to be charted right now? But I'll show you a couple that I was looking into. Good morning, Seth. I hope everyone's doing good. How about TLT? We can go look at that as well. I want to see, are the yields open? Okay, so we don't have anything happening with the yields as of right now. That makes sense there, but it looks like we have some movement. We have oil's moving. Bitcoin's moving. Pretty good move from Bitcoin. Very interesting, but notice the divergence we've set up now, which is kind of saying like, hey, we could get this 4 hour to pull down. You do have 4 hour divergence as well. So there are some chance here. There are some things signaling that this could be some kind of trap, right? There are some signals for Bitcoin that says this could be, hey, this could be some kind of trap, meaning that maybe Donald Trump is a sell the news event. I'm not necessarily leaning towards that. I mean, the daily would have to really cross down for me to say, oh yeah, we're going to break through 91,000, like these levels down in here. So something I'm paying attention to is the fact that we're up here is great. We're trying to break through, but you could also go through a period where you see that pull back and turn back up. I think that would be very, very good, or some kind of consolidation at the high for Bitcoin. Let's go look at the SPX. I just have the daily expected moves for tomorrow actually up, technically for Tuesday, but I do have those up. What I wanted to do was see how they react today, and then potentially go look at the data and see if anything has changed and see if I need to make any changes for the daily expected move. If that daily expected move does change, we will show it off on the live show tomorrow morning. And if the live show, or if it does change, we will be posting it as well to Patreon if I see any changes in the options data. We really, I don't think we should, but I just wanted to make sure. The new Trump and Melania. Sorry, I'm charging my mouse right now. I didn't notice it was dead, so I'm charging my mouse right now. I'm trying not to click around a bunch. So we're just gonna let some people trickle in for just a moment, if you don't mind. Meta calls, yeah, meta calls could be. I think meta is the complicated one now. I mean, meta was the best for calls down here. This was great. That's hard to see, right? That's a little bit hard to see. You know, you might potentially have that divergence there on the R side. That's really all you got there. And you did curl up, so, I mean, you did have the opportunity to get this big gap. I just think it wasn't the most obvious. And you don't have that divergence between these 2 points, so it's a little bit lackluster. But the really good trade was right here. You know, 30-minute into a nice play. We were already calling out, hey, this could take the 2 hour to dip down to make another one. Hey, you see the 2 hour cross back up, and boom. This is when you know, hey, the daily has a good shot to cross up on this one right here. So you can hold on to that a little bit longer or leave some runners. And look at that, you just go, okay, we hit the high. That's awesome. And we had a weekly expected move on at this point for Meta. So that was a really, really good sell. That was a really good trade. I just don't think you see a great trade setup at this moment. I mean, you could draw some stuff up, right? You could do this. You could see some of this going on, see if that can really hold up and be able to turn back up. That's kind of probably the most likely thing you're looking for in this area. But for the most part, when you just look at a daily chart, you're just going, okay, we're starting to consolidate. We're starting to get tight in here. So we'll see if we can get tighter this week. It is a low volume week, and we don't have the most implied volatility, if you do notice. We do not have a large amount. Does make sense as we are kind of 1 day short. but that will be interesting. So as of right now, we're getting rid of, at least on the futures here for the SPX 500, you aren't getting rid of the 2-hour sell signal at this moment, but you are making another point of divergence for the RSI and the MACD. So if this would fail in here, that's kind of what you're looking for at this time. All right, I think my mouse should be charged enough to last at least the entire stream, and then I'll make sure that's charged for tomorrow. But you can see these sell signals on the US 100 as well. You can see it on the SPX 500. You can really see them really well. You'll notice that it's actually holding on the RSI for the future. So this is, you know, where the futures would tell you, hey, you got to be a little bit more worried about, you know, your positions in this area, because you could end up backing off on Tuesday. So we'll see what happens. Need Meta to hit like 620 to cover even. Yeah, and you got to kind of weigh the pros and cons of where that is at and then make a decision. And that's always a tough spot to be. So I don't wish that on anyone, right? It's kind of a hard place to be there. We buying a coin tomorrow? I know that a lot of people are attracted to this coin right now, right? The Trump one. So let's see. Let's just try the first one. See, I don't have data on it. If anyone has the like one that would have better data, I don't really see it at this moment. What you're looking for, though, in a lot of these charts, I was looking at these this morning, is you're just looking for that 30-minute to curl up. You're looking for this to solidify itself as a higher low. If that can happen, that would be very, very good, right? Because you're kind of seeing this, you're kind of seeing this, you're going, okay, can that break through? Well, the 30-minute crossing up would really help you in seeing that. But this is a 30-minute chart on a crypto. I don't really like that, so I wonder if there's a better one up here. I don't really want USD. I'm just going to type Trump and see what I can come up with here. Yeah, so you're not going to have any price action on a lot of these, because didn't he just start this too? So it's just hard to get the price action. But I would just say this, it ran by this much, it backed off by this much. So if I see a 30-minute swing, I'd probably take a play for a short period of time. Notice if that can go positive, that would be a great thing. This thing might rocket up, but really, the time obviously was down at lower levels. I know a lot of people are looking at like Melania and stuff like that now. Like Melania or something like that. I thought that was interesting. Stock leverage. Coin. Yeah, coin. I mean, this can benefit from that Bitcoin pump that's happening. But you have those same divergences. Bitcoin does have divergence right now, saying there could be some kind of trend move down. It could be a reversal. That's what it's saying. Coin taking out this high is fantastic, but what would you like from coin? I mean, you just broke the high, you made a new high, right? That's great. So you're like, okay, we're attempting to be in that uptrend. You wouldn't mind this to back off and curl back up, right? Solidify a higher low. That's what I think at this point. You do have potential reversal signal. No, not really. So even if that 30-minute curls down, I'm feeling like buyers would step in. Once it's offered on COVID, it may do things, but the Melania coin is very iffy. I think, well, I noticed that a lot of people are doing like, they're trying to get into like Baron coin, Melania coin, Ivanka coin now, and I'm just like, bruh, maybe look at some other stuff. Like you got to be looking at ones that look like opportunities. So do you guys want me to show you two that I think look at least like they could have potential? I'm never going to say a crypto is going to be like, oh yeah, this is going to, I'm not going to be the one that says, yeah, this crypto is going to 10x. I have no idea what the crypto is going to do, but I kind of looked into a couple that I thought were interesting as far as making a good amount of money. And, you know, I have a little Coinbase account, so as long as it's on Coinbase, I'm going to do it. It's just easier to buy on Coinbase, so. Bought Trump coin on Saturday morning on Moonshot and made a 171% on Sunday and sold. Once Melania coin came out, I sold. Hey, there you go. That's actually smart, because what's going to happen is all the inflows that come in are going to start to die off. Weakness and momentum probably pops up, and then you see that outflow out of Trump, and then at the same time you're going to see like, oh, Melania is going to start to maybe pick up, and then you're going to see an outflow out of that. And then once that outflow happens, it might flow into the other stuff like Baby Doge or Doge and things like that, I think will happen. I don't know if that timing is right now. I'd have to look at the charts really to see if there's like a good opportunity. The charts will tell you a lot of the time, because it's just weighing those buyers and we're just taking momentum. right? That's a pretty good move there for coin. Nice daily curl up. You'd really be expecting to probably, if you can get through 307, 308, you probably head up towards 332 to 333, and then you got to see what happens. Money that I won't lose money in the stock market. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? The dollar, look at the dollar actually. Very interesting though. I see the number moving. That's what's weird. It keeps moving. That's what's tricking me out right now. I see the number moving. It says it's down 1%, but I don't see any price action. Yeah, I don't see any price action. That's very weird. It says it's down, which makes sense. We're seeing some pumps here. Bitcoin looking all right. I still like that for the most part. And then SPX, obviously, we're paying attention to that. Make money when the market goes. I save money. Yeah. Hey, that's great. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you guys are saving money today. Just because the market's closed. Your portfolio might be moving though. 0.3x ETF, that's currently up 10% today, so it should mean coin is up like 3% right now after pre-market. Yeah, we'll see. Let us know how it goes. But really just looking at this, I mean, I'll show you a couple things that I was looking at. I just had these two that I was looking at. I don't know if you guys have seen these. This one I like as more of like a potential, like low market cap, possible big explosion. Bonk I think is interesting. I think Bonk is really interesting because Bonk actually has great signals. So Bonk I think was interesting, but I did research into this one a little bit. But I actually really like this. But now you're getting these big wicks. We'll see if that can hold. You see the resistance coming in up here. But for the most part, it's just like, these are great signals, and if that can go positive, you can kind of see how this is like, oh, a great move. Hey, you find a base. Can you get another great move? I think that would be very interesting. This one is like 150 million market cap. And I just saw a little divergence down here on the daily. So if you look at a 4-hour, this one actually looks decent. And I like hippos. So I just thought it was interesting. So this was interesting just because you do have the 4-hour divergence here. You do see 2-hour divergence between these lows on the RSI. It's just not the best look. I think if you're really wanting to get in the nitty gritty of it and be like, when do I really think the play is good? Well, it'd be if I saw a 2-hour at the same time. But if you look at this 30-minute, if that 30-minute can whip back up, you get back above these levels, I think it's got a good shot to curl up the daily. And the daily does have divergence, technically flat on the MACD. Not there on the RSI with this point, but you do have it in the near term. So I think it's interesting. That's one. And also, I just saw a meme. If you guys want to see the meme I saw, this is the meme that convinced me this morning when I was researching. And I was just doing it for my brother, but this is the meme that convinced me. I was like, yeah, that's funny. So I was like, yeah, but you know, I'll slap $200 in it or something. And I already had money in my Coinbase, so I was like, fuck it. Sounds fun. Why did you buy? I like hippos. Exactly. I like hippos, and it has like some signals in here that says weakness and momentum could be happening, but you're seeing some volatility creep in. Just very interesting. I did notice and I didn't just buy it blindly, right? I'm looking at the blockchain. I'm looking at the chain and looking at the transactions, and I'm just going, okay, there's a guy this morning that was buying like little increments of $20,000 worth of this up to like $400,000. So I was like, that's interesting. The main holder of this is holding like I want to say like 1.6 million or something like that. So I was like, damn, he's very active. Yeah, OG, I saw that, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to play with that shit. If it's not on, like, something that's easily able to buy, like, if it's on, you know, Pancake Swap or anything like that, like, I have to do that kind of shit, I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. I've been reading too much on Twitter about people running into long transaction times, transaction fees, and all that kind of thing. And they're like, things are some people not even allowed to buy or sell in at these times. So I like to stay away from that. I'm just like, let me look for maybe an opportunity on actual Coinbase. And weirdly enough, you can buy Mudang on Coinbase, and apparently you might be able to buy it soon on Binance. I think that's interesting. And I did look at the transactions, and I did notice a Binance account or a Binance wallet buying a bunch of Mudang, I think. So I thought that was interesting as well. I don't read into this a lot. I don't analyze these a lot. I don't try to do plays with these a lot. I just was bored this morning because the market's not going to be open, and I was like, you know what? Let's look at doing something silly, right? On Moonshot, it took me 90 minutes for my sale to go through. Solana was crowded. Solana soared due to Trump coin. Yeah, that makes sense too. I got dizzy trying to figure out the purchase on Melania and gave up. Yo, that's how some of those go. I told my wife like to look, because I like me and her did it for fun once. We bought like baby Doge and baby Shib with like a little $100 back in the day when it was probably when it was cold outside again, and we were just like whatever. And she like pulled open her I think it was on Trust. She pulled it open and she was like, oh, she's like, I have a decent amount of baby Doge. I was like, sick. Oh god, that shit's funny. Yeah, Trump's on Solana. You can just go to the Soul Scanner. Like I used to trade these. Like I used to not these. I used to do it with Doge. But for Solana, you can like I just do this stuff for fun. I like to look at stuff. But you can just go to Soul Scan and pretty much look at like you can go to the token dashboard, right? You can go to here and just be like, all right, official Trump is number 2. Then you scroll way down, you go, then you scroll way down, you go over 1. Early 20 in this. Dog with hat. Apparently dog with hat is pretty funny too. Like that's a big one. See, Bonk is there. Bonk's on Solana. I think Bonk's pretty cool. I think it's interesting. It's just the thing that was kind of turning me away from it was just the market cap. I know the market cap's not like extremely high, but I wanted to maybe get 200 since I only had like a few $100s in my Coinbase. I took my money out of my Coinbase because I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do these coins. I took it all out pretty much after I stopped trading Doge, and that kind of got moved to Robinhood so I could use my fun account if I wanted to trade it. And then at the time I was just like, okay, now I can look back at these type of things and be like, oh, okay, Solana's interesting, this stuff's but the market cap here just doesn't look as juicy to me. But if you go over to like Mudang, you go to this, you kind of go to this and you're just like, wow, okay, what's the market cap on this? Okay, 1.5 million. So that tells me if a big inflow of money comes in for whatever reason, right? It flows out of Trump and goes into this. I can be like, okay, I can catch this maybe as it hits 1 billion and catch almost a little times 10 there. And I think that'd be cool. I just think that would be great. So that's what I'd probably be doing at this point with that. That's pretty much the plan there. We'll just see how it goes. That's kind of how these things are. It's kind of like you look for a good timing, you look for good signals, you look for possibly a medium to low. I would say low. That's pretty damn low market cap. Then you just go, okay, try to make a decision there. 66,000 holders. I wonder if that's increased recently. Yeah, you can see there's one account on here. If you look, there are accounts holding. The top holder owns about 17%. They have 25.7 million. Let's see where this is from. Curve true, 0 sold, 250 tokens. 1,000. They have like all their money in coins right now. That's crazy. So out of their total 26 million, they have like 25.8 million in coins like this. So they're, a smart person, apparently. I mean, they have a bunch of money, so I'm assuming they're slightly smart. They're risking a lot of money. Are they all in? Oh, this is, okay, I'm just looking at the Wu-Dang one, though. Or Wu-Dang, Wu-Tang Clan, Moo-Dang. It's just interesting, but those are things I kind of liked looking at today. We're having a good time shorting Nvidia under 140 with the 130s, but it's scary to keep doing it. Exactly, yeah, I think it is. Once you're, so when you get scared of, actually doing it, once you get scared of shorting, I think it makes sense. I think your brain's telling you at the right time, right? I think your brain's telling you at the right time, because this is pretty different now. Now you have a daily cross up, right? So you have a daily telling you momentum's there, which means most likely something like Nvidia, a big stock, is probably going to participate. It's probably going to participate in some way. So what we want to pay attention to is, hey, can this daily curl up? And if you see that daily curl up, it can just hurt you. But yeah, any real resistances happening over 141.12 have been pretty good. Is the top end for the dollar? Could be. I think it could be. I'm just weirded out that there's no bar for Dixie right now when it's like, you know, moving. I think that's weird. I don't know if I need to like refresh or something, but I don't know. It's just weird to me. That dollar was coming up pretty aggressively too, up 0.41. If it actually is down 1%, that would be interesting, because that means you're down in these areas, down at the lows. If it's even down 1% for real. Yeah, that would be there. You do have signals for a top in the dollar though. I wouldn't say a major top. I would say a daily downtrend top, right? Or a daily uptrend. So a daily regular positive trend move, and you're crossing down. So I would just say, hey, this can be a little aggressive, but overall very positive, and you have a monthly curled up. So this just tells me this could be some kind of like retrace at this point, maybe to test in these areas actually. I might have to move that up. And we're gonna keep this line, it's been good to us. So somewhere in here maybe, and then you just start to turn up. And I think that's kind of the squeeze signal at that point. But really, we were just looking for this to be able to cross up, able to get above this high for the SPY, and then we're like, okay, you can probably squeeze to a monthly expected move. Then we see what's happening now. Well, you're starting to see more and more and more positivity come in as of right now, so very interesting. We'll see if that can hold. Dollar looks toppy, and the 10-year yield looks toppy. Yeah, we already looked at bonk a little bit. Right, bonk looks good. I mean, the signals look good. You still want to be paying attention to, hey, do you see continued buying? It's kind of like the management of risk now. Well, if this is a daily turn up, how would I want to manage risk? I'd probably be looking at this 4 hour going, that's pretty positive. So you're pretty happy with it. What you're wanting in the next little bit of time here is the 2 hour to be able to confirm up. Look at that, kind of like rejecting really, really heavily right here. Not able to curl up on the MACD, the lagging indicator, and you have a bunch of divergence above you. So this could be extended. You could extend down for a bit of time. But I'm just saying the daily scale says you can potentially be catching a weekly move, right? And look at the last weekly move when it first started. Bam, curled up. Bam, went 100%, 101 right there. That's good, OG. I'm happy for you, though. That's awesome. I get dizzy trying to figure out the purchasing. It's just a lot. I feel like it's a lot. I used to do it, right? I think I had like $1,000 in a trust wallet or something like that, and I would buy just random stuff. I think I had like Baby Doge, Shiba Inu back in the day. I think that's no, Doge was in its own wallet, so that was separate. Because I had like an actual Dogecoin wallet on a Mac, and then you guys know that Mac like broke down. So I had to somehow my Dogecoin almost all got lost. That was like turning $100 into 6K, and I was like, oh shoot, that's all gonna be lost. I like 6K. 6K sounds nice. And that was a close one. It took me I think it took me a total of 4 hours with that Mac to get it off of that Mac. Morning, Justin. How you doing today, buddy? I just thought we'd come on the live show if anyone has questions, anything like that. I just wanted to hang out with you guys for a little bit. I've got like another hour till I have to go do something. I think actually, weirdly enough, Abuela might not be coming today, but Grandma might. My mom might be coming over today. It is like 4 degrees outside right now. Justin's like cuckoo. Whenever I see cuckoo, I think of my daughter's Spanish show that goes cuckoo. Cuckoo, la 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 la, cuckoo, cuckoo. It's very hard not to sing along. How close can we get to the moon on Tuesday on Nvidia? You're probably not going to the moon for Nvidia. I would say Nvidia's already at the moon. if you really, really look back at this stock and you think that it's going to moon now, and this is the other thing you have to take into consideration. This is surpassing the biggest stocks market cap wise. This is surpassing that a lot of the time, right? So do I think it's going to surpass it in that it's going to surpass them by a ton of money? No. Do I think they will surpass again? I think yeah, I think you could see a weekly uptrend move. You could see a whole nother, couple weeks, and this could end up back up to 180. We want to see how this stuff plays out. You've built up really well here, and if you can cross up, that'd be good. But I really just want you to really pay attention to Nvidia and tell me this thing hasn't mooned already. I mean, look at this. As far as a stock goes, from that low down here all the way to the high, you got 1,300%. For a stock, for like a genuine, I would say a genuine company at this point, that is a pretty stable company. It's been around a long time. All those things. It's like if you were holding this thing down here at $4 and you were just like, hey, I like Nvidia, I use their stuff. Okay, now you're up 6,900%, like 7,000%. Like that is kind of a moon to me. Now, do I think it has more room to the upside? Probably. I think probably. I think if you're going to see this market carried, you're going to see the semiconductors really show up here. I think you're going to start to see SMH, which has been building liquidity forever, to start to pop. But that means there's other things that might pop, right? Like AMD. We were talking about AMD and the decent signals here. Look at the daily chart giving you daily divergence. What does that mean? Well, do I want like a 10% move on Nvidia or potential for a 20% move on AMD? But AMD it's just not one of my favorites. Tesla has a 100 times PE. Yeah, that's always fun. Nvidia doesn't seem too bullish these days. Well, if you really look at it and you're going, yeah, daily's dipping into a negative trend. I get that. But I mean, look at how messy this was and what ended up happening. So like, this isn't even as messy as back here, right? And it got messy, but overall, like, still remaining up here, right? We just really retest the breakouts, and then we try to form that higher low. That seems like what it is. But do I think this will go to $200 this year? I think that's less likely. I think you're more going to need a correction at this point before that's able to happen. Right? You look at weekly charts, and this is still confirmed. So this could literally be like a daily push up and you fall. I mean, have you been reading about Japan and their interest rate decision? It's things like they're gonna raise rates. It's like that could really hurt stuff. Like genuinely. That's not something I pay attention to all the time, but I understand like, hey, that could be bad for the market. That's all I need to understand. So yeah. I think if we do get this push, it might be brief, it might not. So we'll just pay attention to both sides. Solid though, pretty solid. Happy MLK Day, Happy MLK Day, guys. Talk too fast. Now my brother's sending me South Park memes. Hey Moby, thank you so much for subscribing today. Hope you guys are having fun out there. Yeah, so the one I decided to put money behind was Mudang. I was like, yeah, I got some money in Coinbase. I had a little bit left there. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll just put that into something. I think it was like 200 bucks. So Love Gay. Make Love Gay Day, my bad. Mudang the Hippo, yeah. No Trump coin? No, I'm not buying Trump coin. No. I like to look for things that look like opportunities for upside, not things that have already experienced upside. Right? Like, and that's the thing. Like, Trump coin actually looks like it's going to make another move. Like, I'm not sleeping on the fact that this 30-minute looks like you're building. Are you going to confirm this as a higher low, and then you can just curl up? But there's just not a lot of data for me to go off of here. I mean, really, if you wanted to talk about it, the time to buy was probably off of this, right? You see this, you solidify the higher low, and then you go, okay, this is where we can break through this. And then you go, okay, that's going to be a run, right? That was the time, I would say Saturday. So wait, when did you get this short Fridays? Oh, I think it could still go higher, Joseph. I'm not saying that. I'm saying at this point, I don't have enough data to give me my 5 reasons to like believe this is going up. I don't just blindly buy something because I voted for someone and they're becoming president. I just don't do that. That's just not my game. I don't need to, like, I understand the slow way is the fast way very, very well, my friend. So I'm like, I don't need to try to make $1 million. I'm never gonna do that. I'm not buying that garbage. I don't buy meme coins. I stick to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Sol, and I think that's the safe areas. I think that's the safer thing to do. But for me, I'm like, hey, I could have some fun. Mainly, it's about having fun for me with that this morning, because I was like, hey, I got a little extra cash in there. Let me look at some of these charts. Okay, let me do some research into market caps. Okay, let me look at the blockchain real quick, see what kind of transactions are happening, and I go, okay, I'll do it. Maybe I'll 3x my money, and then I'll wait, and then I'll 3x that money later if I can, and I'll wait. If everything goes well, we can have some fun with it, right? We can have some fun with it. Maybe I'll even like film a little bit every time I do a trade for those little crap coins, and we'll make a whole YouTube video that extends over the next 6 months, and I'll put all the clips together and you can see it. There was one thing on here I need to pay attention to. Love the surprise. Hold on one sec. It's hard for me to read chat. I got a bunch of stuff blocking it right now. Give me a second. Yeah, features look all right here. Okay. All right, let's just get back to the chat real quick. I don't need that chart. Let's rise, future rising, but has no volume. Yeah, you're gonna see light volume. This could be an up move on light volume. It's gonna be a shortened week, but what we want to see is important things are still happening in the chart. You're starting to curl up. Are you gonna violate the divergence? Are you just gonna see some rapid thing go on here? Right, that's what we're paying attention to. Bitcoin jump and eventually attacks someone, or they harambe. Yeah, like here's the difference between how I'm looking at coins right now and how a lot of other people do. I look at all the things in the data, right? And then I can at least formulate an argument to make a decision. But I know people that literally texted me this morning saying, hey, have you seen Trump coin? And then they're like, oh, he's gonna, if he does a dance, then Shimmy coin could go up. I'd rather have data than that. We can talk about INCC in a second. Wait, there's, oh man, last night I got a notification. GME Stock. Justin said, can you look at JPY? Oh, yeah. I never know which one to use, to be totally honest. If we're looking at these, we're seeing them start to increase. So the big divergence down here is a little bit scary here. Yeah, so I think what you're about to see is, well, JPY versus USD is going to start to go in an uptrend. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's going to attempt to go in that uptrend. On the very basic level of analysis, you're going, this looks like a good base. This looks like a weekly low. This looks like a new higher low maybe on the weekly. Oh, that's a monthly. We don't want that. We want the weekly. Yeah, so now you can blatantly see it. And you can blatantly see this too. It's not the best in the world. You have divergence across on the MACD. That divergence extends for a long time. But you would just take into consideration this one. And actually, this is even more important than here, because I wouldn't say, or I'm sorry, right here. That's the divergence point. So I wouldn't say that's the most important thing, just because it did catch the move, so that's great. But the RSI wasn't the best, so you kind of were looking for failure or some kind of higher low, and you ended up able to extend all the way to this high. Then you see this, and you go, okay, there's some stuff going on here. What's the daily look like? Is the weekly about to confirm this as a higher low? And that's what it really looks like at this moment. Just be aware. I think, I think it's the 20. What is it? The 23rd to the 24th. Japan's going to be announcing a bunch of data, so I'd keep that in mind. Reminds me of all the NFTs in their market. Exactly, Mr. Pickle. Exactly. That's why I'm just doing it for fun. Yeah, I'm not someone who's gonna try to make $1 million. I'm just like, hey, I saw a meme, it was funny. I looked at the chart, it looked good. I looked at the market cap, there's room for growth. And I don't know if it's a sign, but I was a foot away from a baby hippo this summer, and I literally could have reached out and pet it. So I was like, damn, I'm gonna buy me some Moodang, homie. That's literally it. But I did do some analysis before making that decision. I'm not just going to piss away money. It's just not my thing. I'll be like, hey, this looks like an opportunity. If I lose it, hey, at least I did some research. Solid fundamental analysis, exactly. Exactly. Still think we see a red day tomorrow, Dave? And I'll go into INTC in a moment, Jeffrey. Mag 7 don't look strong? Really? Let's go click through a few of these. Let's go click through the stocks that we look at. This one doesn't look strong. But it formed some kind of base if you see positivity. Tesla doesn't look strong? It's in a positive trend. Still holding the breakout area. Formed a base with a higher low. Higher low. Rejected. Now, this is a little bit, you would say, not the best buying here. There's always a chance it falls down. You have reversal signals to the downside. I'm just saying, I don't think these look strong or weak. A lot of them. I think a lot of them have an argument for either direction. Meta's very neutral. Yeah, I think you're correct to call that out. Apple looks negative. Like, Apple looks bad. Nvidia, to me, looks neutral. Amazon looks great. You'd say Amazon looks great. How is Nvidia really bearish here? You've technically made a new high. You have a low, you have a new high. If this can turn up and solidify I'm a higher low. Now, there are 30-minute, things going on in a lot of charts, but I'm just saying this would more so be like neutral, right? I would say, yeah, it's been pretty sporadic, but aren't we just in the same area? I'd say it could go either way at this point, but I'm kind of leaning towards this way just because people are shorting so heavily. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying, Suri? Amazon looks insane, right, Dave? No, I would invite a pullback. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, if you see the SPY, like, the problem is what you're doing right now in the futures, honestly. That's even scarier to me. Because then you could just hit a weekly expected move and just sell off, right? You completely collapse. But you're just like, wouldn't you like a pullback here? The important level for the week, 590. 590 is going to be important. So you go down to here. Imagine if this happened and then reloaded and went up. I mean, look at this thing, man. Maybe it even goes deeper. Like, that does not look bad. But I think you have an argument to say that that doesn't have to happen because you have a reversal signal in the SPY. So I understand what you're saying. Let's go through a few more. Let's go look at, because you mentioned Meta. I'm just saying it looks more neutral. I could understand, but when it's neutral, Suri, when it's neutral, someone could come in and be bearish. I'm like, kind of makes sense. Someone could come in and be bullish, and I'd be like, kind of makes sense. Why? Because it's neutral. So one thing with Meta is these are starting to get tighter. This is starting to get tighter. That's all I'd really be looking for here is just, can we get that confirmation bar? Can we take out this level? It'd be very interesting if you do. You do technically have some good things going on here. We'll just see if that can happen. But I think you're correct in saying, like, from this point here, we're pretty neutral. We haven't made a decision. And this could easily just break these lows and then come down to here, get a bounce, and then go like this, and you got boom, 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 right? So I could understand that with Meta. Microsoft, I mean, is that bearish? You have a closing, technically a plus 1% closing above the 200, above the 50, above the 20, above the 9, above the 5. I don't think that's bearish, right? It can get bearish, right? These 2 hours really start to come down. I think 2 hours could even cross down. You could fill this gap for Microsoft. Now, that's where you go, I don't want to be in calls. I don't want to be in calls, but if a big buyer steps in and you see momentum turn back up, you would gladly be like, oh, all right. Like, that looks like a very obvious head and shoulders. Inverse one. straight up 10% then sell off. That would make sense with the Japanese trade. So it's good you guys brought up the JPY USD. But I'm just saying, it would make a lot of sense with what's going on in Japan. But if I'm totally honest, I need to do more research to correctly analyze that stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to do that live. You're seeing the dollar dramatically drop off. That's just the JPY by itself right now. Oh my god, dude, this is a fucking problem here, man. This stuff is so wonky all the time. I never know which one to look at for the JPY. I literally just don't pay attention to that stuff too often because I don't think it helps you that much. If you're going to see good signals, you're gonna see it in big stocks and markets. You're gonna see it at, you know, at least Bitcoin gives you a hint, dollar gives you a hint, 10-year yield gives you a hint. The stuff like that does. Let's go look at Intel though. Yeah, Suri, so I think you have an argument for both. You'd have to say this though. Suri, if you're looking at the general market going the SPY, what is this? If I get bearish when this happens, yeah, I could be right, but that just would seem super random. 60% of the time, JPY else 100. Markets were to run, we could create so bad crash signs in the market. What signs would invalidate that? It just depends on if you're doing it right now or if it's going to extend, right? Because potentially, from what I've at least looked into for the potential Japanese thing, the yields rate, the rate raises that they're going to do, I don't know if if they raised by 0.5, if that would first really affect markets enough, or if they would be able to shake that off eventually and turn back up. And then you have that moment in time where you can see that extension into March. That could be bad, or that could see some kind of move like this, and then you lean into April. That could be bad. But I really think the highest that you're probably going to get for the SPY, at least in the first and second quarter of 2025, would probably be 630, and then you at least got to see a correction at that point. I'm never going to just say 100% chance of crash, right? That's never going to happen. I'm always going to give myself a good amount of room to be like, I could be wrong, because betting on a crash all the time is just, it's too rough. We do it at the right time. If we end up in a crash, awesome. If we have signals for it, awesome. We can just benefit from it, right? When bad things happen, you still have signals. You saw the break, bad things happen. Hey, it ended up being worse this time. Like, but every single time that we curl back up, do you know what I'm going to say? This is not going to be a crash at this point, right? We said that at multiple times. We said that right after the Trump thing. We were like, oh, we can't really take shorts here. Maybe we see a divergence here, and then that fades. It didn't fade. It retested the breakout area, gave you another 30-minute divergence, and went back to the upside. And then you didn't make the best divergences here, but you've gone through some trouble. So you just could be at a point where either this is just going to be like, bam, fall. Or more likely it's going to be like, bam, fall, everyone goes bearish again, then it goes up one more time. I think that's more likely at this point, but just because I think it's more likely doesn't mean it's what has to happen, and that's the key thing. We're just going to watch and see how this stuff plays out. Let's go look at Intel, though. I'm sorry, Jeffrey, hopefully you're still in here. We will look at Intel. Intel, you guys know, I liked this. I like this. I mean, Intel was great. You actually see this bar right here as a great rejection confirmation bar. It's just a good one. It's not above the 9, but it's just a good one to take a shot on, in my opinion. Now, that would kind of be a gut thing if you've traded for a while, but you look at this, you look across, you look at the weekly chart, and you go, I need a reason to get into this thing if it's going to happen. And you see that little rejection, you go, okay, I'm going. So what this tells me is this could be a double bottom, and you could see some kind of run here, right? But you want to be aware that that can fail. So you got to have that plan in case things go wrong. That's pretty simple, though, for Intel. I think you even had, did you have it? Yeah, you had the blips. That's unfortunate. So maybe 4 hour was the one. Yeah, 4 hour was the chart. Look at that guy. God, it's very good looking. It's so ridiculously good looking. No, I am, and thank you for checking it for me. Yeah, it looks relatively straightforward. Now, you just want to be keeping an eye on everything, right? You got to be keeping your eye on stuff. Hey, if the 2 hour rotates down, could that go into negative two? Could we go fill this gap, right? It just depends on your options or if you just bought the stock. I would say for this one, wasn't Intel supposed to like get bought or be acquired by someone? No, it's fine, Justin. Hold on one sec. No, thank you for taking it. There are rumors that Intel is buying out Target. Okay, so something along those lines. I thought it was someone else. I did not think it was Target. Target, interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, yeah, I think it's Elon Musk. Okay, so we'll see, but this is overall just, are the signals good? Do they remain good? That's all you have. That's the game you're playing now. You already saw the direction. So you're just like, all right, cool. Is that going to fade in some way to trap some people again, right? But I have good signals here. So most likely any of these pullbacks, dips in here will be bought unless you start to take out, you know, these lows in here. Unless you start to close below the 5-day moving average, I would say at this point. So I kind of like the look of it. Dollar now apparently down 1.23%. Wish I could look at that thing. And then this thing is just going, man. If it violates divergence here, that's kind of a big deal. You hope it doesn't look like a trap. It looks like a bunch of cash flowing in. That was gonna buy it. Oh, Elon was? All right, let me go look through this. I'll be betting on a crash for sure once we hit new all-time highs. My target around 6,300. Okay, so Dave's kind of on my page. That's like the highest I see. I think it could go a little higher than that, maybe like 632 for the SPY or something, which means, you know, potentially the SPX could lean towards 6,400. But for the most part, I just think there's too many things that we kick the can down the road for Trump's presidency, and I don't think he's going to be able to handle it. I think he's going to try to, and that's where, you know, if they do something funky with the money supply, if they start doing something funky out there and they make the money just pump, if we like start to dip down too low, like we start to crash, and then Trump goes, I don't want to crash. You know, he did that to Jerome Powell. He was like, I don't want rates to go up. Put the rates down. I don't want the dollar to go up. Let's move things around. I was like, holy shit, that's so crazy. TikTok not banned, can that affect Meta? Yeah, it potentially can. But I think Meta was in talks to buy it. I've kind of like lost all hope in social media at this point because now people get paid to post. I've lost all hope. Like, I'll probably, I still have it. I still have Facebook. I still have, well, actually, I don't really have Instagram. The only thing I really use is Twitter. But I'm just saying, like, once they start paying people for posts and you create those little echo chambers, man, social media is just ruined. I think someone needs to redo the whole thing. Everyone's in talk. Freaking Mr. Beast is trying to buy TikTok. What's here's it. You guys want to know something scary about the Trump coin? If he does this, I will be very critical of him, but I'm pretty sure he owns like 80% of the supply. So he could rug pull anyone at any moment. That's why I don't go into those type of things, right? I look at the percentages owned by people first. And I'm pretty sure what I was seeing was like 80% of the supply was owned or something like that. And I was just like, by one wallet. And I was just like, holy whoa. Yeah, still, you can make money out of it. You just got to make sure to take profit. That's the game you're playing. You see, it sounds like it, Justin, but technically it's not a bad thing. Justin, technically it's not a bad thing unless he actually sells a lot of it. That's the thing with Hawktua and their people. Why did Hawktua go down dramatically? Was it because a bunch of people in the community sold, or was it because the insiders sold and they had large amounts? It was because the insiders sold. Hawktua girl sold. Right? That's where the bad thing is. If they just hold the thing, that's technically what they're promising. Hey, we're going to hold the thing. We're going to distribute more coins over time. We're going to build a community around it. We're going to start making a game maybe around it and things like that. Maybe you guys can trade little skins back. All those kinds of things. But they didn't do that. The money went up and they just sold on everyone. That's where the problem is. That's why there's a lot of risk if someone owns a lot. But you can say the same thing about Bitcoin. I'm pretty sure 80% of Bitcoin is owned by like 5 wallets. And I am pretty damn sure that those 5 wallets are probably besties. NFTs were fun though. You can't say they weren't fun. I thought the money thing going behind them was psycho. And they will sell one day. Yes, they will. Who's probably the biggest holder? I don't even know, man. Of Bitcoin? What is it? BlackRock? How's Michael Saylor and MSTR's position looking? How big is that thing now? No, he's not. He can't be a big holder. It's gotta be someone really early. Futures are pumping. They are, man. They're going above. Now, I don't know if these daily expected moves will hold true, right? The options market technically not going. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to these today, but we're going to pay attention for tomorrow. But this is something that we could look at the last time we really saw this. I mean, look here. And this is where, like, people were like, how did people call that Trump won before... what was it? Before he actually won, right? And it was because you saw major money flows and the dollar completely like do it too, but you mainly saw big money flows into the stock market. And it was a reaction to tariffs. I remember that moment. It was so cool. But yeah, we were paying attention to this. So if you look in the SPY, this is actually like a 30-minute lower high or a 30-minute divergence. I wonder which one. I can't remember. I think it was a divergence though. Yeah, do you see this? This is what told me to not go short anymore. I was going short. I was shorting the election. I thought people were going to react badly to tariffs. But then I saw this, right? Shorting up here, and then I saw this, and I go, holy crap, I better take profit. I don't want to be caught up in this. And then it almost curled back down, and I was like, shit, boom. So I was very happy with my decision making there. I'm not going to lie. That had me sweating because I thought this thing was going to collapse a little bit with that election. And then it just saw the 30-minute divergence, and I go, technically that means this could go up. So I was like, holy crap. We don't see that this time. This time you see the opposite. So that's what's interesting to me. You see the opposite this time. But it wasn't an election thing. This time they know he won. I think they're looking into what he's going to do. Oh, there were some... Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Shoot, what's that? It's like... What's friggin' gold futures again? I always forget. GC? Okay, I almost said GTC. Gold. Very interesting for gold. Okay, very interesting for gold. I don't even know what the dollar's doing. I don't know why that's moving up here, but this is something very interesting. You're really holding these levels. I know it's a big volatility here. I'm interested if gold, like, rockets to the upside and the dollar collapses for a moment here. I'm really interested if that's going to happen. The best part about the futures here was the higher low that got you into the positive trend. The best thing about the futures here was this. Once you did that, you go, oh, we have a shot to take back the 200. You take it back, and then you just see those curl downs. They're great. They're great off the 5. Where are you reacting to now? The 5. You do have divergence here, though. So that is actually leading you towards what? And this is actually what I was wanting to point out. This is what I was looking at earlier. Flat divergence on the top, downward here for the RSI. Pretty significant there, which tells us if this is going to drop, what's likely happening in the dollar? Well, technically, then that would mean most of the time, you know, it's not always going to be a perfect correlation, but you can see that gold really likes a weaker dollar, or a, what am I trying to say here? Yeah, weaker dollar goes gold, right? So dollar getting stronger would be what you expect if this comes off. You would expect the dollar to go up. So just very interesting you're dropping off. You're seeing both drop off. I just think that's very interesting. I mean, what's copper doing? Let's look at random stuff here. I love this. I love this. You know what this is? That's a bottom. That is a bottom and a half with a 4-hour divergence. You can see it on the MACD RSI, or you can see it on the RSI right now on the daily. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful. Look how wavy that is. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Let's see the confirmation bar. Technically curled up here, and you were above the 9 and the 5. That is a great confirmation bar too. Like copper showing strength. Interesting. Like I said, stocks have just been super interesting. I would say the last like year, like 12 months. Issue 1 is my copper futures. Okay, perfect. Thanks for sharing that with me. I don't look at futures too often. Oh wait, I'm on a... Why does that say 1 day, 8 hours? It's weird. I don't like that, so that's telling you copper might come off. That's saying dollar might come off. Or not dollar, sorry. That's saying copper might come off, sorry. That's saying a daily downturn can happen. Now, you have created the potential here for a double bottom. You've seen that. So maybe this is just a retest right now, and that's just going to flip back around. This doesn't have to cross with that. This could be a retest, right? So the first thing you're paying attention to is retest. So does the 2-hour confirm back up, and can we take out that high? Then this is going to remain in an uptrend. NQ? Yeah, we can look at the NQ. NQ. Really, we can look at US 100 as well, because we might have potential levels for that. The important part here for the NQ, this is very important, because this is what gets you into squeezes, is when most people can't trade, notice there is money moving. When most retail traders probably aren't trading, at least the ones that trade the actual lit, like the market itself, right? The lit market there. They might be doing, you might have futures traders, but I'm guessing the volume is going to be trash today. But that's what happens, right? It's a low volume week, so wonky stuff can happen. The important part for here is, look at the daily crossing up. You know, am I going to short the NQ when the daily has just crossed up? Even if I have signals, I have them, but I want you to look here. We're starting to get rid of them. This would be a risky short. I'm just saying you're potentially going to short a short squeeze here. Doesn't mean it can't go down. It can be right. It's just I'm telling you the risk. I think the risk is that you're squeezing if this stuff starts to hold. You know, that's what I think. We go look at the ES. Look at that. It's curling up. What's happening on the RSI? You're starting to violate it. Now, I think you're keeping it a little bit, so I'd really be paying attention to the next bar. But if this continues, you can see another big-ass gap, right? And you're going to end up seeing the SPY gap up to like this area here. This is worrisome, but if you can gap above all that, if this positivity continues, that would be crazy. I would be down. So yeah, the ES though, definitely a little bit different, right? So what we want to be paying attention to is, hey, this is getting rid of the stuff. If that will fail, then that more so would lean towards, hey, at least a 4-hour pullback. At least a 4-hour pullback. That's what you would say. And notice this is great because there's a breakdown right there. Where'd you test? Right there. Where are you testing now? Right there. So you can see how there was sellers stepping in this area, and you can see that all the way across, right? This was just the flush, but why did crypto dump then pump? Which crypto? Are you talking about Bitcoin? Bitcoin could be retest, right? Little bit of a thing in here to retest. You know, it was an important level. You can really see that across. You can see this point right here. You can see this point right here. There's probably a little zone right here that you could draw up and go, where's it retesting? It's retesting at that moment. Is there risk here? Yeah, I think you have risk here for Bitcoin. I think you want positivity to remain. I think you want positivity. Because if you start doing this, you start to confirm this, that downward momentum comes, this might be some kind of trap. This one probably hard to catch, but it was overall retest. If If you're a day trader, you might like that. You might like the retest of where you broke out to see this move. You might really like that as a day trader. And you probably like it right now. I'm just pointing out the risk a little bit here. Bam. You're still holding the divergence point, the near one. That's the problem, I think. Is you're still holding this one even right now. So this is going to be a problem. I don't think you really want to drop. I would say you probably don't want to drop below this 5 again. That's how I'd more so put it. But why the big drop? It's just because someone big sell, someone big buy. It could have been a reposition, right? Hey, some big guy sells a bunch to get it down to 100K so that he can buy it exactly on 100K. Or maybe just below. We talking about that Trump coin. That Trump coin, I'd just be looking if the 30-minute crosses up, and then, hey, maybe I take a chance, right? That stuff's so risky. Sorry about that. Whew. Trump could be the new hawk to it. That's facts. That's facts. But it just depends on if he money grabs or not. I don't know why he would. I don't know why he would. Yoda played it for fun today. Yeah, I'm just saying, I would be seriously watching the 30-minute. If it turns up, okay, awesome. Look at this. That turns up, you break through this level, you're feeling pretty good to test these levels in here. You can probably, you know, we can draw stuff on this chart and stuff like that. I just don't think it'll help you out too much. If this thing's gonna run, it's gonna run. But am I someone who likes to jump into things, you know, even on a consolidative thing like this? I can. I just think you've already run a pretty good amount. A lot of money came into this. So I'm looking at other stuff that can be affected by this type of sentiment, if you will, right? This type of sentiment. Because, I mean, you might even consider this a shit coin right now. Like, what's it accomplishing? Exactly, secure of it. It's just, who knows? I would say if you break this, you probably don't want to do that because you're probably going to go down to $25, right? The breakout, the original breakout was at 29, so I'd be looking there if this broke down. But just know that that doesn't have to hold up there. And that would mean what? The 30 minutes going to reject. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a higher low as of right now. You just want that confirmed on the MACD. RSI is already doing it. So I was like, if I liked it, this is a cheaper price, right? 76. How much cheaper you get? Let's take the actual high here. You're getting it for 31% off. Do you ever look on Amazon when something you were looking at buying is now 31% off? I mean, might be an opportunity. You just gotta see if people think that it's more valuable than this, and then have probably a number to look at. And you'd probably, I would just take this and probably just go like that. I want to say, let's take it off the bar. Say like 90 to 100 bucks, or 90 to 100 here. If that's going to play out, you could easily put it down though, and that can go down to 25. You can really see it now. You can see that 29 level, that 30 to pretty much 25 level. It should. It should. That's why I was hoping yields were going to be open. But they're not. Just remember, yields are saying the daily is more likely to pull down. You can see a little reaction in here. The yields are saying like, hey, we're going to pull down. Remember, right, as everyone gets scared of the yields. That's why I don't even look into that stuff. I just go, hey, yeah, they're scared of yields. Okay, I'm looking for a top in yields then. More problems for him than the money he would make. Exactly, Justin. That's why I don't think it's going to happen. The only problem with little things like Hawk Tuah, anything that you've seen someone get rug pulled on, is the fact that the insider who's holding the most amount, they sell. If they don't sell, it balances out, it keeps going higher. It balances out, maybe it dips down a little bit, big seller steps in, maybe that person sells a little bit to make some money and then buys back in at low, you know? That's just how stocks move, that's how cryptos move, it's all money. So if a big seller sells it, then yeah, you're getting rug pulled. Oh wait, not the SPY, sorry, SPX 500. So we're just gonna watch this 2 hour on the SPX 500 because I think I can trust it, and it's still overall holding the divergence point. This would be not good. I don't think you wanna see this. I really don't. I think this adds more credibility to you're going to see this if this crosses down. Once again, if it can keep going, I'm pretty happy with it. But I just, you'd maybe see something absolutely crazy. I'm just saying. This going up right now, very risky that thing could just turn down. So I'd be watching this today to keep myself aware. That way I can update my plan. It might mean I don't watch it all day unless I actually have like shares that I can be trading in some way. If I'm trading futures and stuff, I'd more just look at it like, okay, just so I can make my plan for tomorrow, what does that mean? Well, that means Amazon, right? My play, Amazon might have to pull back and fill this gap. Do I have a signal for that? Yes. So that means if this crosses down, I need to react quickly, unless that is some kind of big gap down like this, like down to these levels, right? Because I have longer out options, I can be like, all right, that dipped way down. Is it a trap at that point? Let me look at the dollar. Let me look at the PCC, see if people are getting bearish, and then go, okay, can I hold on to that or not? Make a decision. Sell the inauguration. That's potential. It's potential. Let's look at put call levels though. Let's look at that. Let's see if those changed at all. Right? They shouldn't be moving right now. So let's look at the SPY. Let's go over to, well, let's look at tomorrow. At the 21st. Yeah, call wall at 600, bigger put wall at 590. Looks like a little 0.96. Right, we look through this and we go, okay, put wall, call wall, very obvious for tomorrow. Do our daily expected moves help us? Well, that's at 595, pretty much, right? 595. Where's gap fill? Well, 590 would potentially gap fill and be a test of the 5-day moving average. So that wouldn't be necessary. That's the crazy part. This is such a good move at this point that even if it did this, it would still be pretty damn bullish. Even if it did this, it could potentially still end up being bullish. That's how crazy this market is right now. You do have a sell signal that says a 2-hour move can come down. Where would a 2-hour move? You're looking for what? We're up in positive territory now, so you're looking for that higher low. That's why I was kind of hoping that the futures would do this. And then we see that on Tuesday come down to here, and then that just curls up. I think that would be great, but unfortunate. Let's look for the end of the week here, right? So now we're on the 24th. A 2.22, all right. The best levels to pay attention to, 600 and 580. I would say I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to go, okay, 585, 590. We're already above 590. Very interesting stuff. All right, let's look out a little bit further. Let's look here, right? 4.11. So if we end up, keep going higher, look at this compared to this. Which way do you think the market maker wants the stock market to go? I mean, which way do you think retail is positioned right now? Do you think retail reacted? Do you think retail reacted up here? Or do you think they've tried to maybe short a little bit more? Do you think reacted up here? Apparently they were buying calls last Friday. Oh, the PCC is moving. Yes. Sick. I think it was. I saw it flash for a second. 0.77. Yeah, see it's at 0.69, but we see the reading at 0.777. Epic. We can see it move. Dollar coming down. So this move is not rigged behavior by any means for the SPX 500. For the S&P, it's not saying that this is like weird behavior at this point. Oh, look, we have Trump coin up. Come on, Trump coin. Let's look at my other ones. Ah, freaking Moodang. No. For Moodang, what I was really looking for was a strong base on the 30-minute. I think that would be a good thing. Bonk as well. I think Bonk has a more likelihood to hold up here, actually. Positioning of the MACD here a little bit better, I would say, than Moodang. I do not trade these things, guys. We're just talking about them for fun today. I am taking a trade with one for fun. I am not seriously doing anything with these. I'm just going to trade crap coins for fun in my if I have any free time, that is. Maybe over the weekends or something. And see if I can grow that over time, and maybe I'll make a little video or something for fun. Yeah, so that is not what you want to see either. It's a 30-minute on the futures, though. I don't really like that. We need to see if this 2-hour turns down. This turns down, and that doesn't hold up at the 5. I think you're probably heading to fill gaps and things like that. Let me look out a week further, by the way. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now, notice the open interest. Notice the open interest of next week. It did increase a little bit here. People still very bearish. Not many people willing to make bullish bets. Very interesting. So that can affect the market. Can. Yeah, what? Do we have a shortened trading week again, or am I crazy? 1, 2, 3. Do we have another shortened trading week in here or something? Or am I just being dumb? That'll be lame. But anyway, 7. Look at that, 7.55. Someone really going after it here. All right. Someone's really going after it here. They might end up being right. By that timing, they might end up being right. We'll see. Will they hold that position? I don't think that's all one position, obviously, but... Yo, wait, 1 second. Oh, I'm on this. I kind of want to do this. Let me find a... Oh wait, I can just do this. Can I do this? Is this gonna work? Yeah. Let's put this guy up here. Ah! Ah, it's fun. Yeah, you really don't want this. Let's see if the 30. Let's watch the 30-minute. Let's watch it a little closer. Man, so now you want, if this 30-minute crosses, you need that thing to curl back up, though, I think. Can we dump? Yeah, you can with these signals. You could see a pretty good pullback, I would say. You just don't have a ton of implied volatility. So if it would happen, it would be random to really take this out. You do not have a massive range. This is the correct levels for the SPX if you're doing the futures. If you're doing SPX 500, that is. You can see that. That makes sense, right? This makes sense. It's just that's going to be really ugly looking. But it still technically would be holding structure in some way. So I think that's interesting. If you really look at this, like left, head, the right shoulder that could have been is kind of what I'm talking about. The right shoulder that could have been. And then you made reversal signal. And now you're holding those reversal signals on the RSI. See it there, see it there. So it's rough. And notice this, we actually are at a daily expected move right here. This is the real daily expected move, very interesting. I missed the Q's review. Now, we didn't really review it. You know, the video yesterday will really give you the full review. The only thing you have to be aware of is you're bumping your head into resistance, right? Well, you know, a trend line, that could potentially be resistance. You'd more so be paying attention to, hey, where was the breakdown from Jerome Powell? It's right there, right? If we really look across, look at the dotted line. Where are you? You're right there. So you're retesting a breakdown, technically, from a big event, which was, I believe that was Jerome Powell. Or it was, it was data, wasn't it? I don't know. There's news here. Memory's lapsing. So you're aware, now I have a sell signal as I reach that. That's very worrisome. But just due to the SPY curling up on the daily, I don't want to short this. There is potential for this to squeeze. And that just means, darn it, I can't take a short play. That's all that means. Crazy boys, you're wrong. So was I. Oh God, we were so off, Mr. Pickle. God. Yeah, we were off. We were off. We thought for sure. We thought for sure that this madness might not end up continuing, at least for the worst coins, right? We were saying money might flow into Bitcoin, causing it to go dramatically to the upside. It's implying both right now. You don't have, and we're just doing the SPY to help us out, but the Qs will be up as well. But look at that. This is what I'm talking about. This is what you don't want to see. So right now you're like, okay, we'd be gapping up if we opened right now. Like right now, you would be gapping up. But I want you to really look at this and tell me that that's like a great look right now. I want you to tell me this is great looking, right? The 2 hour looks fantastic. No, this is, but these are the type of things you can see before a squeeze. So it's more just like, I don't want to short this in case it does just end up squeezing, but I do want to react with probably most of my contracts if I could sell them, you know? So it can help me build a plan for tomorrow. Thoughts on JP Morgan reversal? Flashing possible reversal signals. Let's go look at JP Morgan. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think you do have daily, probably, right? You're starting to form that daily. Oh no, you're starting to take out some things too. The divergence was here first. Now you have it on the MACD, but you're not going to have it on the RSI. Oh my gosh, can I just double click like 5 different times? There we go. Yeah, you're going to see it, obviously, that, right? You see that. But you look at this and you go, it's still there. You're starting to take out the first one. See if it takes out the second one. How extended is this? Is it showing up on the weekly chart? Yeah, this might not have much time left. But you want to treat this like I want to see what's proven. If the daily just flashes down, yeah, that's probably what you're going to get. But I want you to look at the 2 hour chart and tell me that that's bearish right now, or if that just looks like, hey, if that wanted to, if that really wanted to, couldn't it just do this and then curl up again? Right? 30-minute here, that's what I'd be looking at. That looks like the 2 hour that's going to dip down. But is that really a big reversal signal at this point? Is that going to give me a hint of like, yeah, go short, go short, go short? I don't think so. I think it has a chance to just do this. And then that's where I'd pay attention, right? I'd pay attention when the 2 hour looks like this for JP Morgan. If it just starts to go down, you see a daily cross, okay. Start to look for little trades in there, right? But it's going so dramatically to the upside. You just had good earnings from banks, like pretty well. And this doesn't have to turn down, right? This 2 hour has not crossed yet. This 2 hour could do this, right? We'll see. Right now, we're kind of seeing some stuff failed. Where? Well, I guess at the daily expected move. Very interesting that we're able to come back below there. I don't know what JMP is. No, I'm just kidding, Luis. Yeah. You guys don't understand how much I hate to make that kind of video on Sunday, where it looks like too many, it's kind of like there's an argument for both sides. I hate when signals look like that because I know you guys like, you like answers. And the truth of it is, it's like you're at a point where a 2 hour is giving you divergence, but you're also at a point where the daily could be squeezing, right? So I want to see what's proven. If we start to turn this down, is it just going to whip back up in the morning and we're just going to squeeze? Is that a trap? That's kind of why I'm like, As far as it goes right now, dollar's starting to come down. CPC really, really low. Target, inverse, head and shoulders. Hey, I mean, and Intel's seeing some good things. Inverse, head and shoulders. I see a way to make a head and shoulders and fail. And the 2 hour chart is suggesting that that is very possible with the positioning here. That's what I see right away. Inverse wise, no, I don't think, inverse wise, I'm not seeing it. What time frame are you looking at? On monthly, okay, on monthly. So it's a big chart. Oh, okay. I see what you're seeing. So that would just tell me what? Well, I'm bullish above this level, right? If we think very simply, I'm bullish above this level. If this turns down, though, what's going to happen? We're going down to here. We're going to $100. And then you would look for this. Oh, that might be fantastic. Why the hell would... Oh, that might be potential news. We'll see. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to do that. Let me try it on my other charts. Walk me through it. I'll do it on my other charts not to annoy people. We'll leave it on SPX 500. I got to go to settings, right? See what happens with that guy. So where are my... previous... See if you got me. Try to give me some help here, Goonie. Canvas. Watermark. Can I make that a little bit better? Ah, yeah. Ooh, that looks sexy. That looks sexy. Let's do it on this one. All right, bam, canvas, watermark. I want that to be a little brighter. Can we make it pink? Can we make it pink? No, it's too many colors. Too many colors. Too many colors. That's too bright, isn't it? Is that too bright? I think that's too bright. That's gotta be too bright. Yeah, there you go. That's probably good. I don't know how to. Oh, I just figured it out in 2 seconds. You just click right here. I just figured it would be in here somewhere. Whoa. Sorry, that's probably really annoying. Yeah, so I think it's there. Ronaldo. I do see it on target. I'm just a little bit worried about the shorter time frame first, right? So if I was looking at target, yeah, it's a monthly signal, but what's the daily doing? You know, the daily can give me little hints. Definitely on my radar, thank you. Also healthcare. XLV, we can look at that. Let's look at that. I don't like that right away. I don't like this right away. Okay, this is gonna need some more time here. So what you're hoping for on the 2 hours, you're able to whip back up, right? This is some kind of retest again, right? That's what you're hoping. But if this really is taking out this low, right, you confirm a lower low down in here, and then you react up, I think you got a good chance to head lower. And even though it looks decent as far as heading up, you just see this and you're a little bit worried. And then you look at the daily and you see that and you go, do I have great divergences? Not really. So now I'm seeing a potential sell signal, right? So that just tells me what? Well, I got to be aware if this crosses, because that could easily do this. It could easily cut this low now if that was crossing. And you do have a signal that's saying, hey, you know, this potentially is a lower high and you're about to make a lower low. So I'd really be watching this. I'd be watching here, and I'd actually be watching this gap fill and see what happens. It kind of is blind owl. I kind of agree with you. It kind of is there is an argument for both ways. Currently, right now, I'm still positioned to the bull side in case there's a squeeze with those contracts that were just kind of left over. And I'm looking at Amazon. I'm looking at Amazon. I hate this signal. I don't like how this looks. I don't. I really don't like how it looks. But I know if any kind of good news comes, we can see some upside. That's why I just don't like the futures right now is telling me this could be bad if this crosses over. But I don't want to read into it too much. I just want to more so be like, all right, have my plan for tomorrow, pay attention to futures a little bit and be like, all right, cool. We'll just make a plan for tomorrow. Maybe that plan has changed. That's the nice part. Thanks for your insight. Yeah, Ronaldo, thank you for bringing it up. I hope that me pointing out the daily is just something you can be aware of, right? Stick to your plan. I'm just helping potentially go into a shorter time frame just to show you, okay, there's a head inverse on the monthly, but what if the daily one plays out first and then that monthly sees that uptrend move? We'll see. But we were right down here, right? That's how the market is right now. We were right in here, we were right in here, we were right in here. Awesome. Now we're going, hey, this is where we have potential to squeeze. The daily has turned up. That's what happens, right? Right now you're seeing the upside on very light volume. Now we just got to see, hey, can that continue? Can it prove itself in the real market tomorrow? We check out Siri? Yeah, let's check it out. Serious. Why so serious? Potential for more upside. Little cup and handle. Pretty nice there. I don't mind the way this based, actually. It looks pretty nice. 2 hours your warning sign. So 2 hours the warning sign. The 2 hour crosses, you don't like it. Why? It's really close to the center line. That would be losing the 5, losing the 9, right? Pretty simple there. Now, what do you like? I like this. I love this. This is what I'm saying. Like, you have reasons to be skeptical that this could keep going, but at the same time, a lot of the bigger time frames are confirming things that the shorter time frames are saying need pullbacks. So you got an argument for both here. And from these levels, you wouldn't even necessarily say divergence at this point. You might even be saying like slightly higher low. But this is just basing out, right? We want to see if we can make a good move, maybe reject, then curl back up. So I'd really be watching this area right here. I'd be watching $25 pretty heavily right there. If I have longer out options for this because it's a daily signal, okay, then I'm looking for that. 25. Pretty good move there. Cross yesterday. At a plus 155. Yeah. I don't mind it. I think it looks pretty good, actually. Weekly, wait, what does this look like on the weekly? Because I see daily divergence here, too. Oh, wow, okay. Wow, this actually, wow, okay, Siri. If all of this can play out, this is going to take some time. This is telling you some kind of upward move can come. What did you do here? Where did you get to here? Okay. So if this is a lackluster move and it backs off, 31, yeah, somewhere in here, 28 maybe. And then that would be the weakest point, would be 25. So I'd really be watching 25. I like this, though. I really like this. I mean, look at the double bottom in the past on the weekly. Look at that. Very nice. Big move after, too. You might see one of these reactions. Now, that weekly's got to be confirmed up. Notice that the weekly confirmed up, and it still took weeks to happen, but that is saying this has weakening in momentum. You are in a serious downtrend. It's a risky one. Like, you know, if I look at weekly charts, am I really trying to do a big option play, you know, 2 weeks out? Or am I doing a 6-month option? Am I doing something like that? Am I doing a just buy the shares and hold? Yeah, Willow, I wanted to hop on. I said you didn't watch my YouTube video last night, Willow? How dare you? How dare you? I know. These times, every single time I make a video like this, it doesn't do that well because people don't like to hear that, you know, we have a signal for both. People don't like to hear, hey, it could go up and it could go down, but that's the truth of it. And when the percentages are like, hey, it really could go up, it could pull back, it could pull down, it could crash down. Those are all things that are on the table right now. I just think there's more weight to the daily chart here. I think there's more weight to that than, say, this little 30-minute right now. That's all I'm saying. Top of the morning to you. Yeah, Willow, it is. I just had to let my boys out, and it was 5 degrees outside. And by my boys, I mean dogs, not something else. Oh my gosh. All right, Wolf. Yeah, we can go look at Wolf real quick. Let's take a look at these bad boys. Wolf, great move. Great move. I kind of want to do this. I want to see if they were getting out or possibly clamping down. Could mean either way. Yeah, see how it's turning down now? So this kind of tells me like, hey, the goal could have been achieved and Wolf might actually head down in the short term. In the medium term, you have okay signals in here. You're really trying to make this base out. But what does that tell us in the short term? Hey, I could get a 2-hour cross down and I could see a 2-hour divergence. I could see a 2-hour higher low. It pretty much means I can go fill that gap. Right, so what I'd be, it's not to say it can't keep going up from here, it's just that's something to be aware of. And I need to be aware if this 2-hour crosses. Hey, if that 2-hour crosses, I probably don't want to be in calls because the stock is most likely going to go fill this gap. Maybe even go lower. Actually, I have a range for Wolf if you would like it. I think I made one on accident, weirdly enough. I think these are correct. Let's see, 732. That's the high. And then 524. Yeah, so that's your range. So what are the weekly moves saying? Hey, if you beat this high, you might be able to squeeze. With the short sale volume, though, you're more so looking like, hey, the goal might be accomplished, and they're ready to shoot this down below a weekly expected move low to go and fill that gap. That's what it looks like for Wolf at this moment. But if this never curls down, the price action is the most important thing. Are people actually selling? Are people buying? Those are the most important things. So if you don't want that to happen, you need the 30-minute to curl back up. Right? Keep it simple. 30-minute curls up, I'm still happy. 2-hour curls down and closes below the 5 here. I'd be really saying, ooh, we're probably going to head to that gap. That's what I'd be mainly thinking there. So kind of like this, right? Unfortunate, but you have a way up and a way down now, and they're both very close to crossing. Another stock that's like, ugh, could go either way, but 30-minute crosses up, this is where you need to break through. 2-hour crosses down, this is where you're most likely heading. That's just what it looks like right now. Mara was better than that, right? Mara was the good one. Reacting to a key level. You see how if that backed off, that would look so good. Oh my goodness, look at this 30-minute. You come up to here, you go up to the resistance, you break it a little bit, and then you curl back down. You maybe even fill that gap, test the 5, and you turn back up. No divergence there either, so that's good. Bitcoin already seeing a little bit more positivity after a big sell-off. Pretty decent sized sell-off there, pretty quick. Ethereum stuck. Oh, actually pretty good though. Able to fight back up to here, curl down, get back up. Get back up. Rejection on the daily for Ethereum. Very interesting. I like it. FFIE, I'm sure that one people are looking at a little bit. But these are ones that people are looking at for like squeezes and stuff. Same with Wolf, I would say. GME, man, gotta be paying attention to signals for for GME. Paying attention, reacting. It's good stuff. What's everyone doing on their day off? Anyone do anything? Trading futures? Is someone out there just trading futures? Trump about to shake things up. Hey, I'm down. Yo, the shit we're gonna hear is probably gonna be insane. Yeah, I'm gonna guess the NQ is not happy with this right now either. Driving to your mom's? Well, tell your mom I say hey. Not in a weird way. Just be like, yeah, some random dude on the internet said hi to you, mom. Yeah, see, when you say it out loud, it's weird, isn't it, Jose? Yeah. Never mind, don't say hi to your mom. Yeah, it's weird. Tell the family I wish them well. How about that? That's better. Too damn cold to do anything? Yeah, that's why we're chilling here, and we're trying to get Grandma to come over here. We always have to go over to Grandma, and Grandma never wants to come here. Abuela comes here all the time. We're like, Grandma, get your ass over here. If you want to see the baby, you got to get over here. Awesome, Jose. I wish you well. Stay safe out there. Stay warm, okay? All you guys, stay safe. Stay warm, all right? It's cold. It's cold. Dixie creeping back. Yeah, no, nothing significant. The thing with this is, if this move actually happened, I just want you to see. I don't get why I can't see this. I think that's super lame. 1%. You've made a new low. Yeah, you've made a new low. And you have potential to make divergence, though. Actually, because of this, that's kind of a problem. When you zoom out on things, have you made that? Yeah, you've made a new low. Okay. So this is saying, yeah, I'm in a downtrend. But, gotta see, they can always flip back. PCC at 0.74. And I just don't get how this is moving. Uh-oh, I gotta look. Gotta look at something else real quick. Just remember, guys, generally. Okay, so these are all exceptions. And they're to the call side. Yeah, am I gonna go look at my Moodang right now? Hell yeah. I wanna see that cute little hippo again. Moodang. Supposed to go on Binance soon too, that'd be cool. Let's look at the 30-minute. Alright, we'll see if this thing goes for a bit. Let's switch things up. Who you got in this championship game tonight? There's a championship game tonight? I'm being dead ass. I think I heard that like twice now this morning. Not from you guys, once from someone else. But I was just like, there's a championship game tonight? Oh, college? Is this college? Is this college football? What fucking championship is tonight? Am I crazy? I highly doubt you're paying attention to this. Ohio State, Notre Dame. Oh, yeah, okay. Ohio State's got it. My, was it my grandpa? Was it my uncle? We have someone that went to Notre Dame. No, it wasn't my grandpa. It was my uncle, I think. Bobby! See, like, this looks like, you know, they know in retail might not be trading, and so this looks like a trap now to me, but the dollar's not really saying that. State's the favorite. No, dude, I don't know anything about football. I don't know. Oh, I know about football. I'm an athletic guy. I've played football. Like, I know about football. I know the rules of football. I know watch football. Like, I know football. But all I hear from my buddy, who literally is like, my buddy is an offensive coordinator, and he gets scouted by pro teams. Like, he goes to pro teams and in high-end colleges, and he's just early on his career. They said he needs a little bit more time, but they're all keeping their eye on him. And I was like, hey, what do you think? And he's like, oh, Ohio State. Right? I trust him a lot. Because he knows what he's talking about. He's saying this. The way he put it was, if Ohio State, and this was like a couple weeks ago, I said, who do you think goes to the championship? Who do you think wins? He said, if Ohio State keeps playing the way that they are playing right now, then they're going all the way. Wonder if this whole market is buy the rumor, Trump prez, sell the news. Well, that's where the confusion comes in, Mr. Pickle, right? So the word of the year is going to be confusion, and that's what you're going to get. So if he can come out and maybe make people less confused of some big things he wants to do, that would be great. If people are worried about tariffs and he's already done some work on that side and understands like how they would go and how much it would disrupt, and he really puts people at ease, hey, people might buy stocks. Trust the bookies more than the coaches. Hey, kind of facts though. Remember when Donald Trump was winning by a landslide in the betting markets, and everyone was saying no, 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 and then they like, it looks like they like forced people to bet on Kamala Harris for a second. That was a rough election, man. That was rough. I feel bad. I wish they got the full cycle, right? I like a fair game across. The TikTok thing was goofy, but I just don't get social media these days. It's just constant people posting constant things to make you constantly freak out, constantly be angry at something, constantly reacting to things. And it's tiring. I stopped looking at social media now. I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's just like, I noticed a pattern. I'm having a good day. I get on social media. I read two things. I get a little bit angry. I get a reaction out of myself. And then I'm just like, why did I do all that? Like, why? Like, why? Nothing's going to happen. And those same accounts are always going to post the same type of sentiment based on anything that happens. And they'll leave out 3 words to make it fit their narrative, right? And then the other side will do the same thing. It's just, I actually posted on Twitter because I was like, just like, I think that, or X, whatever you want to call it, I think it's ruined. I think X was like one of the ones that was potentially coming back, and then I think it's completely ruined. I think that social media is ruined. Anyone who enjoyed Vine can understand what I'm saying, how social media is ruined now. What social media was before and what it is now, I absolutely hate it. I would never, ever in a million years let my daughter, while she's in my house, have social media. I think it is the worst possible thing to have going through. It is there to get quick reactions, to make you look at more ads, to go buy more things. Like, Vine was awesome. If they brought back TikTok and only allowed 6 seconds, because how the hell is someone going to make some political argument in 6 seconds? Right? It's going to be so out of context that no one's going to be able to read into it at all. Dude, and AI is going to make it worse too. Not only are you going to be following accounts, and you might be following a human being right now that you think is a human being, and they are not. They just aren't. One of you guys in the chat could be AI right now. It's going to go to a time where people just don't think at all. People don't, maybe even can't work at all. Like, right, if AI takes over work, this might be in 100 years or so, but my account is automated. It might be me. Oh my God, panic. Yeah. He knows. I'd maybe take a play on the Trump coin around 30. Here, let's just, oh, sorry about that. Sorry. You guys ran into my moodang. Sorry about that. My bad. Bonk. Just kidding. Bonk, that's not a good sign, dude. That's not a good sign. Bonk has a great signal, though, so I'm interested in it. Let's go. Which one's the best one? Which one's your favorite here? Which one's your favorite, like, should I be looking at here? I always don't know when it's not on, like, Coinbase and stuff. I don't look at these things enough. Only here for your safety. Good. Good, I need that. That's freaking that's Moodang. Blah! You ever see The Shining? I think it's The Shining, right? Where's Johnny? Yeah, we'll just add the first one we see because they all kind of suck. You just don't have price action at all. So you see this now; it hasn't curled up. So I'd probably be doing this. I'd probably be doing this, going like this, and saying, "Hey, you don't hold up at this low, you're probably going down to this. That's $27. If you don't hold up there, you might be going further down." You see a lot of these cryptos that, I mean, if this just got released and it sees this, a lot of these cryptos can go like this, right, and be worth pennies. So I think some big people would have to sell. We'll see. Binance ain't bad. Binance ain't bad. But I think this is good. I mean, I think it's fine. I just wanted to see the 30-minute curl up. Did we see the 30-minute curl up? No. So you might be looking at that and just going, well. Do you want to hold on to this thing if it goes down to $7? I don't. I'm just not going to trade it. Now I'm going to have some fun with Moodang. But even Moodang, I'm aware of this. Right? I don't mind the signals there. I'm not trying to make a bunch of money. I'm just having some fun. Nice wick. Wire market's got to be close. Hey, Catch a Fire, happy birthday. If you want to tell us how old you are, we'll say happy birthday. Oh, wait, sorry. I don't know. Here you go. Happy birthday. It looks like... Wait, let me see. Oh, no, your candle's lit if you want to blow on your screen real quick. Hey, guys. I need you all to blow out this candle in the chat. I'm very interested how people can type blowing out candle. I need you guys to write out in the chat this. Can you hear that? I need you guys to write that in the chat. You guys gotta blow out the candle. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Willow. Well, you can blow out the candle too. Okay, so we have fa-poof. All right, good job, fa-poof. Yes, nice fa-poof. Yes, fa-poof out the candle, guys. That sounds like your friend was walking in front of you and they just slipped on ice and you're like, pfft. Whoa, that dude Chris is cheating. That dude Chris, he always is cheating. Not only on women, but also by using emojis. I swear. God. See, I like these streams. They're fun. More emojis too. I love it. That dude, you're laughing and you're like, the best thing to do, use more emojis. I'm just kidding. That dude Chris is, you know, single as a Pringle, never even talked to a woman before. He only does stocks. He only trades stocks. Stocks are the love of his life. Cardano? We can go look at that. All right, Bert, your birthday's over. Goodbye. No, I'm just kidding. Happy birthday though. Cardano, what is that? Fucking... Is this Cardano? Yeah, this is Cardano. Oh, Coinbase, nice. I like Coinbase ones. Ooh. Okay, so this could have got ugly. This could have got really bad. Look at this breakdown here. You break through this, oh, and you're like, hey, we retook it. It's all gonna be good. Nope, and you go make another low. Ooh, that could have been bad. That could have been bad. But let's look at a 2 hour. 2 hours crossed up, positive trend overall. So this is where it's good, right? That's why we back out. We back out on things. Nice little double bottom plays out. We react to the high, get up to that area, curl down, curl back up. Hey, we could see good things. I'd be looking at maybe a 4 hour though. Let me see. Yeah, I'd be looking at 4 hour. Once this 4-hour confirms, you have a good shot that this is going to confirm up. I'd actually be measuring all of this probably. I'll go with the bars here. I'm just going to take the top side of one of these just to give a general thing here. 1.38, new high, potential. All right, daily chart. If that curls down, bad, but overall, not bad. See if that can head up. I think it looks all right. That's what I'm saying. A lot of crypto doesn't look bad. I think Bitcoin looks more like, hey, that could make a top soon, like later on, like in a bit. But these things might just get going. Now, you just want to see if that downtrend gets broken. I would maybe not even include the wick there. I'd just do that. That starts to break. I'd be a little worried that that daily is going to cross down. You're going to end up down here or testing breakout area, kind of like this wick did. See the wick? Let's see how it went like directly to the breakout moment. Very, very nice. That's a sketchy one, but if you do that, you can benefit. So I just see, want to see a weekly not confirmed down. That's good. So this looks consolidative. Like really, if you look at this, you just zoom out, you go, this looks like some kind of consolidation. If it breaks down, it's going to head down. Breaks up, it's going to go up. It's kind of how it looks to me. What's the best looking chart? Amazon. Amazon is by far the best looking chart. It is the easiest to read. It's really easy to tell even if it pulls back, there's pretty good levels in there to pay attention to. It's got great structure. I mean, it's got a great flag. Like this looks fantastic to me. This looks great. I really like this. And I can't remember, was it one of these? I think it was DIA. I think DIA doesn't look too bad, which is the Dow Jones. The main reason, just the divergence on the RSI. I love that thing. That thing is looking good, man. And you have a bunch of these moments in here. And the reason DIA I liked more was because the divergence point that you missed, you held the back one. And this one held, I think, the best out of all the indices. And I think that's why you're really seeing that. We're just worried that that's a retest at this moment. But what are we leaning towards for DIA? Remember for DIA, we were kind of thinking, hey, can we go make the right shoulder that could have been? Right? This is maybe some kind of neckline. I like that resistance coming in there. We have a little zone. Can this curl up, end up at these levels, end up at this level, sorry, right in here, and then end up curling down? Like I'm saying, I think if we do squeeze rapidly, I'm a little bit worried it could be brief. Yeah, Luke, you're welcome, Luke. Yeah, I think Amazon though is just like, as far as reading wise, it looks pretty good. As far as the best but the most risky, Luke, I'll tell you, I think it's Apple. I think this is the best but most risky opportunity at this point. This is one where you want to manage it very closely, but Apple has not participated in this run so far almost at all, like at all. But it does have great signals. It really does. Confirmation would be nice here tomorrow. You see a 2-hour that takes you above this 5 right here, and it just goes up to this zone or goes, you know, we're still paying attention to 241.50. Easy breakdown area with the gap fill. So I'd be watching there. I'd be looking for a lower high for this for sure, but this is really looking okay at this point. And we have monthly and weekly expected moves on Patreon, and Patreon members, you're probably looking at the same things I am. So this looks like the most risky one, but a potentially great opportunity if you're not in stuff already. Which might not be a bad thing, right? We're seeing kind of mixed signals going into tomorrow. We could easily pull down pretty aggressively. So we're just noticing that that's a great signal, and that usually leads to a daily curl up. Where would that head to? Well, where did you break down from? Where did you break down from? You'd potentially be staring at up here, but you'd have to pay attention to the first breakdown, which was really right here. The closest breakdown was right there. If you really want to be like anal with it, you would say like here, here, and here. High risk, high reward. Yeah, the reason that it's really risky is because you have the inauguration. That's why I think that this is risky for Apple, is because you have an event going on, and if that's bad for the market, Apple's already down so much that it can just shoot down into here pretty quickly, right? As of right now, you're just testing the original breakout area, right? We kind of lost this, so we were looking at this, and then we're making those signals outside of monthly and weekly expected move. What does that mean? Well, you have a new weekly expected move that's somewhere in this area, so taking out this high, but the monthly expected move is right here, so you have like a 68% chance by the end of the month to land right here. So if we're making reversal signals now, Apple is really telling us, hey, I want to do this. But the problem is you have the inauguration and you do have some looks out there that are giving you pullback signals, but Apple's saying the opposite. That's why it is so weird. Yeah, on Apple, for sure. So I would call this a very risky but potential high reward opportunity. This is one that I actually have I don't have my other computer on. I need to look if that actually got filled. Oh shit. I probably should look into that. So I actually potentially do have $250 worth of Apple calls. And then I'm waiting to see if we like gap up, if I can buy a little bit more. Okay, you're an Apple, that dude. All right, Chris. Well, I'm pretty sure I got filled on it. I just don't want to boot up my computer. It was updating yesterday. Actually, it was updating on, yeah, yesterday I made ranges. Who's ready for the USA to collapse? Hey, there's potential. Now, the USA, it depends on what you mean, what's going to collapse. I mean, at the end of the day, a country is its people. So, do I think the people will collapse? Probably not. Do I think that the banking system could collapse and it could cause a lot of problems? Yeah. You just got that event with Japan, and that's going to be pretty crazy. So it's all about how people react, though. All right, we didn't cross it yet. This is pretty freaking bullish. Then I wonder if anyone else is paying attention to this. 2 month out expiration, nothing safe. Exactly. Yeah. Before the inauguration, if you're like, all right, I'm taking 2 month out calls. And then you're just like, hey, just in case for this Friday, maybe I take like some calls on volatility. Because volatility could still go up as the stock market goes up here. Now, SPY potentially has to come down to see like UVXY play, but where's Marshall Law? Is he playing SVIX and UVIX? Should you play the inauguration and check out futures, see how they react? I mean, what I would more so be doing is paying attention, because I already have plays, right? I have my runners on Amazon, and I have the play now with Apple. Very small position, right? Because it was before an event. I like to just do 250 before that. Make that into a full position. In these times, that's like $500 to $1,500 for me. If we go into a bear market, I'll be playing like 500 plays, I'll be playing 1,500 plays, and I'll be playing $3,000 plays. But just because we're seeming to approach a top, I'm not risking a bunch of money. Even if it lasts all year, I'm not going to be risking a ton of money. Yeah, so my plays are bullish. Yeah. I saw that daily curl up. I can't take shorts, guys. It's my rule. It's my rule. The daily time frame curled up for the SPX. I can't. I can't. NQ. I mean, similar thing, right? Similar thing. This crossed down bad, but for now, I'm like, daily's curling up. It's like, I can't take shorts on something. I just can't. Because most likely that's just going to be a dip, and that dip's going to be bought. If this is crossed up by the end of the day, and then you see, that's just what you're looking at. You've created the structure you need down in here to see potential upside. And other stocks are showing it too. Once again, gotta show it off. If I'm bearish here on Amazon, then I don't even know. Like, I can't say anything really bad about Amazon besides like, oh, it has a 30-minute divergence slightly, very flat. And And that could pull it down, and I'm ready to react, right? I have my plan in place, but I'm also saying, hey, I might just react, and I might be reacting for a day and then see that turn back up and be right back in. Dog appointment went well. We did get to extend it just a little bit, so now we're looking at Wednesday. So hopefully I'm able to stream, but yeah, not a fun thing. We've been cooking nice meals for the old man every night. And by we, I mean my wife. I've just been feeding it to him. So, yeah, it's a sad time in the household, but we're trying to just not really talk or think about it just yet. We're more just like, hey, let's enjoy our time. There's nothing worse than if you have time. I think a lot like that these days. I'm like, if I have time, why am I going to spend that time being sad about something that's coming in the future? If I know something's coming in the future, I know it's going to be sad. Why don't I try to enjoy it a little bit? Why don't I try to enjoy the time? You know? That's how I've been thinking about things a lot lately. Another one, Boeing. Daily curl up? Anyone? Did the weekly give the signal yet? Remember the weekly crossed up? I don't know if I like that too much. I do like this. I like what it's doing. I know we pointed this out, but I think it was when it looked a little different. I can't remember. Ultimately, though, we were like, investment's going to be the way to go here. What does this tell me about Boeing? Weirdly enough, you should probably be paying attention to, well, it could be, this actually could be due to tariffs in some way, but I would more so be leaning towards, hey, you know, Boeing is a big military contract. So I'd be looking for, ooh, what bad things could be happening here in the world, maybe. But monthly curl up, Boeing can head to the upside. We'll see. That's pretty much it for Boeing. You're in this consolidation. You're looking for a break. Hey, if this is monthly curls up here, okay, looks like we might break that way. Might be a good investment for some time. Maybe look out for if that fails, right? But for the most part, if this would keep crossing out through here, you're pretty bearish on it. The oil short, yeah, oil gave a great short signal, didn't it? 2 hour? Right? Am I crazy? I was looking at this last week. Am I crazy? No. Yeah, this is clean. This is so clean. I think it's even on your 4 hour chart. Yeah, it's on your 4 hour chart, and look at that thing. Oh, that is bad. That is bad. Now you might be going to retest something like 73.63. So daily, this means a daily pullback can come. This means you don't have to stop at like 74. You can go all the way back down to $70. The oil play is fantastic. Congratulations, Ben, because you were paying attention. That's great. It's a great play. This daily confirmation would be great. It says you are very likely to curl down on the daily chart. Now, I'd just be watching. You're taking back the 200. So you got your plan, right? Your plan is, hey, this 4 hour is still close to the center line. If that curls up now, I might have to react. But if we're going to see a further flush, hey, maybe I need to be paying attention to this block in here. If we cut that level, you know, you're going to probably get bounces and things like that. But if we cut that level, I'd be looking down in here. I'd be seriously watching like 70 to 71. That's nice. Hope they keep ramping major short squeeze. If so, that's what I'm saying. JCD, I'm ready to be in a squeeze, right? The problem is when we like squeeze to the downside, I made money. You guys remember the volatility play that made like 400%? Awesome. But I kind of missed out on the next day. Like I think it was 2 days later, it was up. My option would have been worth 4,000%. And I was like, damn, I didn't leave the runners. So this time I'm leaving the runners in case we squeeze. But I like to be quick with volatility. That's the thing. I'm quick with it. My plan is to keep it open the entire year. Whew. Yeah, so this time I'm in calls, JC. You know what I'm saying? And held those runners and thankful. I'm very thankful for daily expected moves, weekly expected moves, all those things, because those really helped taking a little bit of profit in here, taking a little bit of profit in here. I did the same thing as the strategy over here and keeping Amazon as the runners. I did the same thing here. I'm out of the queues. I just have Amazon runners again. And then at the same time, I can go look and I have Apple as well now. I do have a very small position in Apple. I do remember now. It's like $250. Because I'm taking very small play. Because I'm like, if this thing just rips, then, and I don't get a chance to buy more, that's fine. But I'm kind of looking at maybe doubling that position soon. I might even quadruple it if I see good signal. If I see things starting to squeeze, might have to do it. So I think you're already potentially squeezing. And 30-minute not confirming down. Retesting the high here. So that's the important retest, I guess, is 6,000. Look at that, 6,000. What did we just say about the put call ratios? What did we just say about this bad boy for this week? Oh, nope. Wrong one. What do we say? There are not a ton, really not a lot of it, but going into Monday, 600, 590. Going into Friday, again, dang it, 600, 580. So 600, very important. So if you keep 600, those puts are gonna go underwater, dude. So look at the retest of 600. I wonder if that was like, or 6,000, sorry. Which I might want to look at that. Let's see if there's a difference here. No, nothing there. But SPY, you would say 600. Look at that. How close did you get? The low, 6,008.8. Very good. So 6,000, very important. People like those round numbers. Don't want to scare you guys, but wow! Oh man, where'd my Moodang go? Dang, where'd my Moodang go? There he is. That looks like a fish. Man. Alright guys, it's 10:12. Unfortunately, I was just trying to come on to have some fun with you guys. Thank you guys for coming out with me today. I will be live tomorrow morning. No video coming out tonight. If you need to go watch the YouTube video, click on my channel right now and go look at that. Big Bitcoin rejected. I think the trend looks great. I think there are risks here. Oh, yeah. The risk is that this 2-hour curls down, right? This is what we were talking about earlier. One move down, one move up, another move down. Starting to rip people apart a little bit here, man. So what we're paying attention to is if that would cross, then that would give you some validation to, ooh, we can go down a little bit deeper. Or I would say, there's potential that this is some great divergence. I don't think it had enough time, and you're still pretty far away. Yeah, you're further than these times over here. Let's see when the last time you got that strong of a move from a bottom was. It's been a while. So now that you see that, really, look at the positioning of the MACD then. This is a very strong move in comparison with if I scroll all the way out. Let me scroll all the way out. Do you see another touch of that line on the first push? I do not. So this would tell me that this 4-hour can pull down, maybe to retest. I would say actually right there probably 97.2, and then you curl right back up. I think that's a thing that could happen here. Now we want to be aware of the bad signal too. The bad signal would be the daily curls down. You blatantly see that at this point, right? Like you can see how that's pretty bad. That would be a trap at this point. Is the dollar wicking up? Not too much. So yeah, I think you have the chance for another 4-hour trend move higher after maybe it goes through some pain here. Make Moodang my thumbnail. I will. Maybe. We'll see. I'll be like, Moodang, stock market's gonna crash. No. And watch the views flow in for the moodangs. Yeah, I just don't want to be one of those crypto dudes. I really don't, because a lot of stuff is just like a pick 'em, right? It's like it depends on which one you pick, right? If you're looking at things that are super low, even 150 mil is low. Like Wudang, very, very low. I just think that it's decent in there. But, you know, I'd more so be paying, like Bonk has pretty good. I think Bonk's pretty good. It's just, this is 150 mil market cap, right? It's just not that big. Malaria token or Trump token? I don't know. Trump token looks okay. The thing is, it looks all right. We're just seeing if it can hold up. I just wouldn't want that to break, because then you, I mean, look at this like we would a regular stock. Because what is the thing going on here? There is potential that we're doing this in some way. And so you'd be like, all right, well, this might go all the way down to something like this. All right, cool. Maybe it just goes down to $30. That looks like a good retest of the breakout, right? But you're always at risk that you're in some kind of triangle here, and then your measurement is a lot bigger, right? A lot bigger, meaning that, and then you go down to 10 bucks. So there's tons of risk with these. And what do I always talk about on this channel? I stay away from risk a lot of the time, right? I'm always thinking about risk. So do you think I trade tens of thousands of dollars in this or in any crypto at this point? No. I'm waiting for an absolute crypto winter, and then I'm going to go buy Bitcoin for, you know, probably, I don't know if it'll make it down there. I think that would probably not happen at this point if Trump's going to hold it up. But man, if this bad boy actually went to my buy zone, like my absolute crash, like crypto, like Bitcoin is gone buy zone, that's down in here. But I'll probably more so be paying attention at like the 50K, 60K mark in the future. If that would happen, right? That's all it's all just like, I'm not using the right word, but speculation. So yeah, I'll chill, I'll watch it. Am I going to invest in it as it's at 105 or whatever right now? No, I've been liking my market stuff, and I haven't been trading Bitcoin or investing in Bitcoin at all, even with these runs, mainly because I don't like the state of the market in general, right? I'm still trading options in here, but I'm not holding on to any investments. I'm really worried something bad's coming down the pipe. Yeah, it's just that's how it works. I mean, I think people see like Bitcoin and they see markets and they think that everything's manipulated, which you can say that as long as you understand how things are manipulated. And it's more so like momentum's still going to tell you when you're getting manipulated. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like people think that GME was random. Who in the chat thinks GME was random? This was we had nothing that told us there was weakness here at all. Like, does anyone feel that way still? Because we're going to help you out here. And it's going to be helpful if you take it as we're trying to be helpful. Like, we genuinely are trying to help. If we're talking about why this came down. Does anyone not understand why GameStop came down? Because people are calling this manipulation. And they might be correct. But you will get signals of the manipulation, or if you want to call it what it actually is, a big sell. What's the date here? January 14th. There is a chance that this was someone manipulating, quote unquote manipulating. Let's see this. 14th. Do you think that was a ton of manipulation? I don't think so. I think this was someone selling. And if you want to call that manipulation, as long as you understand that that's just someone selling. And then I think retail got involved. That's what I think. I think retail options, I think everyone sold those things. It's a big order really fast, so it definitely was there. But I think your big order was here, and then it builds up, and then the rest of the order comes through, and then you see retail start to kick it into gear and push it down a little bit more. That's what I think at this point. Obviously, I won't know for sure, but I'm just saying, like, this blatantly told us exactly what we were looking for. Here, this bar over here, this bar right here, this bar right here, this bar right here, daily chart if you needed a bigger time frame, this bar right here. People taking profits, exactly. And the thing is, this happened on a Friday. We go down, we're on Tuesday, and we just plummet through the floor on a week where everyone's trying to call like some kind of squeeze, which is like every week. But I think there was some like serious indication that after January 9th, the week after January 9th, we were going to see something. And I'm just like, you blatantly have a sell signal here. And it's so blatant, it's insane. Like I said, I almost shorted GME. I just want the thing to go up, so why would I short it? Like, I understand I should short it when the signals are there, but like, I just can't push myself to do it. I just really don't want to short GME because the one time I'm going to do it, the one time I'm going to be wrong. But yeah, there were signals to tell you, and these aren't to say these are 100% things. It's not to say when you see this on a stock or on GME, you're going to get this, even though it seems that way a lot for GME especially. But this easily could have went bam and crossed back up and got rid of that signal. But this is the moment you have to be saying, like, hey, if I'm holding a lot of options and my contracts are even only maybe like 2 weeks away, I might want to get rid of those because this is a daily reversal in trend signal. Now, do I think that this is still okay? Yeah, look at the daily. It's still right there. I'm not upset by it. You have a 30-minute reversal signal, but the 2-hour looks like garbage. The 2-hour looks like it's just in a negative trend, and you just made a low, and you might go make a lower high. So, you know, just to point it out. But anyway, I gotta hop off, guys. I really appreciate you coming on a day off, right? On your day off. I'm so thankful for you guys. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. Let me have some fun. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys had some fun too. I hope you guys are staying safe out there, staying warm. Make sure to say hi to your family for me. I hope you all are doing good, okay? And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning during the live show right away in the morning. No new video coming out, so if you need an update video, it is kind of a video that tells you, hey, we're kind of in a standpoint here where we could go up, we could go down. So it's going to be very important to be reactionary early on this week, I believe, as far as it goes. And I think we'll get an answer to which way we're going to end up, if not early on in the week, by the end of this week. So let's just be paying attention out there. All right, guys, have a great day. Peace out.